Kia ora Waipukurau, Waipawa and Otane. As you all know, the big wastewater story is a crucial part of how we need to build a thriving future in Central Hawke's Bay. We know that we want to have less impact on our environment while we are still providing for our businesses, our households and what smart growth looks like in our district. So join us on a wee tour in the plans that we've got to get these plants up to speed for a thriving Central Hawke's Bay. We have a big program of works proposed in order to consolidate the wastewater treatment at Waipawa. Otane and Waipukurau will be brought into Waipawa in stages over a 5-year period, while the wastewater treatment plant and the Walker Road dispersal site will be built in stages over a longer 13-year period. Let's dive into how this project will future-proof our wastewater systems for future generations.
Work started on stage 1 of the 9-kilometre Otane to Waipawa wastewater pipeline in June 2020. The first section involved installing 3.5 kilometres of new pipeline. The balance will be completed in 2 further stages in 2021. Initially, to protect the Papanui stream, the pipe will convey pond-treated wastewater for further treatment and discharge at Waipawa. It will eventually transfer Otane's wastewater to Waipawa for full treatment and discharge as part of the longer-term plan to send Otane, Waipawa and Waipukurau's wastewater to a collective site on Waipawa. The pond at Otane will be retained for long-term wet weather flow management. Otane Village produces very high wet weather flows in its wastewater system, and we're all going to need to work on reducing these to minimise the engineering and operational costs involved. Treated effluent from the central wastewater treatment plant will be piped along Poreri Road to a site at Walker Road for discharge into the ground on alluvial land near the confluence of the Waipawa and Tukituki rivers. This is an infiltration type system rather than an irrigation system. The system allows for the treated effluent to spend a period of time in direct contact with the earth before it reaches a surface water body. Several landholders along the pipeline route have expressed interest in receiving and using some of the wastewater beneficially to enhance pasture and crop growth on their land. Long term, this is an expressed aspirational goal of the community. All the better if people seize the opportunity to realise that goal early. While Waipukurau is the largest of the 3 northern towns in the district, Council's preferred option is to eventually, 10-year plan, transfer all of the raw sewage and trade waste from Waipukurau for centralised treatment at Waipawa. The pipeline will mainly pass through public land, but some private property easements are likely to be required. A route has been selected that requires crossing of both the Tukituki and Waipara rivers once each. For these river crossings, carrier pipes will be installed, then the wastewater pipe will be threaded through. Council has ascertained that it's more cost effective for our district to establish a centralised treatment discharge facility. The new wastewater treatment plant to be built at Waipawa will be very different to the historical pond-based systems. It will produce better quality effluent and have a much smaller footprint, but will require more energy, more infrastructure and will be more complex.